Effort Lifestyle. We are at the beginning of a brand new week. Welcome to Motivational Monday. I pray that everyone had a wonderful, fantastic weekend. I pray that somewhere this weekend you were able to get out and to share with someone the 10 vitamin sprays. Maybe you had the opportunity to share with someone about our vitamin B. Maybe it was the B boost. Maybe you shared the Slim by 10. Or maybe it was that cell energy that got someone. Maybe it was the Super 10 that helped to detoxify the body. I hope that you took these 5 wonderful sprays and shared them with someone this weekend. Or maybe you hear one of these life-changing testimonies that someone had to hear, and you took it upon yourself to share with them. Well, thank you for making a difference in someone's life and giving them hope to get a new day. Well, family, you have dialed into the Team Effort Lifestyle Call. This is your host, Pastor Denise McDowell, along with my business partner, one-star DCQ qualifier, executive founding member, Pastor Del Wafer. The line is open. Go right ahead. Introduce yourself and let me know where you are calling in from.
Josephine, Maryland.
Hi, Josephine. How are you this morning?
I'm fine. Thank you. And yourself?
Josephine, I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day. I'm looking at this beautiful blue sky, and it's got a big smile on my mouth, my face. So I'm doing great this morning, Josephine.
Great. It really is beautiful. Indeed so.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Well, thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for bringing that joy to the call.
Oh, thank you. It's my pleasure.
Well,
and I shall see you Thursday.
Well, yes, ma'am. I look forward to seeing you.
Okay.
Samantha Richards from Newark, California.
Hi, Samantha. How are you this morning?
Oh, I'm good.
That's wonderful, Samantha. Did you have a TTP last week?
Yeah, we had our one in Berkeley, and we have on our weekly, and then we're starting back up our Wednesdays in Fremont. They're just up in Fremont,
right.
So we'll be there Wednesday again in Fremont.
All right. Samantha Richardson is making it happen in Fremont, California. You know, Samantha is having these TTPs just like you. If you're not attending a TTP, or maybe there's no one in your area that is hosting a TTP, go right ahead. Be the first one to do it. Because, Samantha, isn't it fun?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. You can do a lot of stuff. We've been doing the Halloween TTPs. We have a big party coming up this Thursday and a big one in Fremont as well.
Well, see, Sandy, everyone's looking for a party to go to. There's nothing like a weekly party. So get yourself a TTP schedule and watch your business grow. Watch those numbers just increase weekly. You need to be, everyone that's intends to be doing a weekly TTP. You will love it. Well, Sandy, who else is with us this morning? Go right ahead and introduce yourself.
Shamita Johnson, Woodruff, Maryland.
Hi, Miss Johnson. How are you, dear?
I'm blessed, and you?
Ooh, blessed, girl. I hear you now. I guess you blessed and highly favored, right?
Yes. Say it again.
I know you are. Well, welcome to the call. Good to have you here this morning.
Thank you.
Well,
John Joseph in Reveal, California.
All right, Pastor Joseph. Y'all blowing it up in California, Pastor Joseph.
TTP everywhere.
I know that's right. It ought to be TTP everywhere. Everywhere we need to be doing TTP. People need to know about these vitamin sprays.
That's the way you build your business.
That's right, sir. Then they can get a brand new Mercedes-Benz like you, right, Pastor Joseph?
Absolutely.
Well, family, who else is with us this morning? Go right ahead. Introduce yourself.
DC in the house, Robert Smith.
All right, Mr. Robert. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing spraytastic.
I know that's right.
Millionaire Taylor making Sheila Taylor McDuffie from Atlanta, Maryland.
All right, Miss Sheila McDuffie, millionaire in the making. How are you this morning?
I am blessed and highly favored by the best.
Oh, what's a lot of blessed folks here, Chen, I'm telling you, boy.
Yeah.
Pastor Denise, I want to give you proper acknowledgement on Pastor Appreciation Month, along with Pastor Joseph And Pastor Dale Wafers, during this Pastor Appreciation Month, I wish you the best and continue God's blessings on you and all of you pastors with your leadership, all that you do and all that you've done. Falling out, Mr. Jackson.
Oh, Mr. Jackson, you are so thoughtful. You are really something. Thank you on behalf of all the pastors that's in 10 and around the world. We receive that and we thank you for that, Mr. Jackson. Thank you so much. It's great talk.
The conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted.
Kind of you. Mr. Jackson is always, he's one of those team players. He's always considerate of others in so many ways. He doesn't forget to make those acknowledgments for special things that come up with people. And he'll bring things to the TTT meetings and give away books and gifts. And he's just a thoughtful person, a great leader. Thank you so much for that. We do appreciate that and receive it. Well, Saturday, here we are at Motivational Mondays, and we're going to get another wonderful week ahead of us. We're taking this week by storm. We're going to double what we did last week. We're not going to just continue to do the same, but each week that comes along, we're going to do more and more and more and more, because the more and more that we do, the more and more people are going to be blessed, and they're going to receive their health, and they're going to receive their wealth, and they're going to make a difference. We're going to do what our number one product says, is to do what? Changing people's lives. So whatever we did last week, we're going to double that this week. And that whatever we do this week, we're going to triple that next week. And that's how we're going to go. We're going to end this 2014 with a bang. We're going to put on our running shoes. We're going to lace it up, and we're going to run straight to the top with this, because it is exploding around the region. I mean, we have people in Dubai that are just crazy about what's happening in India. And we've opened up in Japan in September. We're in the Philippines. We're getting one in the Philippines, Mexico, Malaysia. I mean, we are around the globe spreading the word about 10. There's other countries that are just waiting for us to get there. We're just moving in, and we're taking it by force. So we are in a position of favor. We're at the beginning of a brand new trend, the biggest market shift in 2014, and we are at the forefront of it. My goodness, you have to see where we are here with 10. I'm going to stop right here and bring on my business partner, DCQ qualifier, executive founding member, Pastor Del Wafers. Sir, are you there this morning?
Here, and I'm having a great time this morning. We're getting Monday started off right. It's like you said, you know, if you run with chickens, you're going to cluck. But if you hang with eagles, you're going to fly. So we're flying. Starting on Monday, we're going to keep on flying this week and get more and more eagles in this camp. We're really excited about the new PPPs popping up. I mean, it's almost, I think we had about 4 last week alone. So, you know, it's just more and more coming on, and more people are coming into this business. We had a great one on Saturday night, and they're going to have another great one tonight. It's going to be powerful. So I'm just excited about what's taking place all around the country, but especially what's taking place in our backyard, because we are showing you by example. If you host a meeting, people will come, and if people come, they're going to join your business. So you want to get excited about these meetings and get on them.
That is true. We did some excellent team training this weekend, and we had over 50 reps that came. I think it was about 50 that came to our training this Saturday, and those that couldn't make it, let us know that we won't be there because we have a TTP to attend, or we have a presentation to do. So everyone was busy doing something great in 10. And it just makes it so fun. It makes it exciting, and we get to meet more and more new people each and every week by spreading the word. Well, let's bring on our coach for that. As you all know, Motivational Mondays, we bring on Coach Nikisha Bond, and she gives us some wonderful tools to add to our toolbox that we can be motivated, equipped, prepared, and ready to take charge and building your business. So get your pen and your paper ready. Get ready to take notes. Get in your learning position. And let's go. As Showtime say, let's go. Miss Nikisha Bond, are you there?
Woohoo! Good morning. I'm here.
Good morning. How are you, Nikisha?
Fabulous. I'm doing really, really good today.
Oh boy, this is just such a good place to be. I'll tell you. I think just for everyone that I know, Nikisha, that's a part of 10, are just excited. They're excited. They have energy. They feel good, and they're doing things they haven't been able to do in years. They're making money they haven't made in years. They're already setting up their retirement plans. We have people that already know they're going to retire in 2 years. We have people who already know where they're going to be by the end of this year, where they plan to be by our 1-year anniversary in February. And it's just a good thing. People are planning and they're taking charge of their life, and it is so great.
Absolutely, Pastor Denise. You know, you couldn't have said that even better, because when you open up someone to start to realize their dreams and they start going for it and they have a vehicle that's going to get them there, that's going to change them from 97% of the people out there who are really just living that dull life, living day to day, paycheck to paycheck, waiting to win the lottery. And you know what? Sometimes you have to get up. You got to take control of your life, and you got to go out there and grab the things that you want versus just sitting around, you know, hoping that maybe someday they could possibly float by you. So that's why everybody's so excited, because they're out there running and grabbing their dreams.
I love it. Well, what do you have for us today? I'm going to move out the way and let you go in and get us ready.
Okay, let's get it started. So last week we were talking a little bit about follow-up, and it was like, oh, man, I wish I'd had my follow-up training ready. And, you know, when you mentioned we should do another training on follow-up, you know what? That's so true, because here are some statistics that a lot of people don't know about. And, you know, follow-up should be a huge part of your business because of this. 67% of the people who say no to you today will buy within a year. 67, that's over half. Yeah, that's over half the people that you talk to. That's a lot.
Wow.
And here's the thing. 80% of the leads that you consider dead will buy within 2 years. 80%. So a lot of people are going out there and they're like, oh, this person isn't interested. They throw that number away. And then within 2 years, that person's out there looking for them. But of course, they can't find you anymore because you've moved on. So, and then here's one that I thought was absolutely astounding. 81% of sales are closed on the 5th call. So I think that's so important, because a lot of us make one initial call. We make an assumption on what we think about if that person is going to join the business or not, and then we never talk to them again. But really, only about 2% of the calls are closed on the first time. And so there's a huge gap of opportunity that comes from the first and the 5th call. And we want to make sure that we're taking advantage of that today. So let's talk about, why don't people follow up? You know, it's really easy. It's not, I mean, out of all the things that you have to do in this business, follow up is probably one of the easiest ones. But why don't people do it? So number one, people don't want to appear pushy. You know, and I think this usually comes from people's tones versus the actual fact of follow-up. So, for example, you know, I had contacted a marketing company one time, and she consistently called me every single week. And when I was ready to go with the campaign, the first name that came to my mind was her, because she had been consistently following me every single week. I didn't find her annoying. I thought it was actually nice, because I figured when I come around to actually needing her services, I'm sure she'll call me and then we'll be ready to do business. And so you're not going to appear pushy if you follow up with people. Now, if your tone is like, buy from me now, yeah, that's going to be a little pushy. That's not going to turn people on. But just the fact that you're following up really just adds to your professionalism versus being pushy. Number two, people make false assumptions. We assume sometimes by people's tone, by their demeanor, that maybe they're not interested. But you know what? I have to tell you that you never know when you might contact somebody that just might be the wrong time. And so we should never make an assumption. You know, I've seen people come to the TTP parties and, you know, I'm looking at them, I'm like, oh, they don't look like they're that interested. And then next week they're like, yes, I'm so excited about calling up back, and I'm going to sign up on Monday. And I'm like, oh, really? I don't know if I got that from your face. But, you know, a lot of people come into these meetings or they go to these events and they have that look on their face like, I'm not going to buy anything. I am not going to buy anything. I'm not going to engage. But when you tell them about this opportunity, they can't help it. They really can't, because it's so phenomenal, from the product to the leadership, to the culture, to the opportunity. And then they think about it when they go home, they talk about it with their wife and now, or their husband, and now they're excited. So we should never make an assumption that we look at someone and we say, they're not going to be interested in the business. I'm not going to follow up with them. I'm sure that that's a dead lead, because you don't know what people are going through that day. You don't know how they feel. So we don't want to make false assumptions. Number three, this is something interesting. People have never been taught to follow up. You know, and I have to say, I was one of these people when we first started business. No one told me about following up. It just, you know, it's one of those things that the professional salespeople, professional, network marketers, they've really grabbed a hold of, but it's not something that we teach to a lot of people. So a lot of people don't really know they're supposed to follow up. I called you, right? I called you. I left you a message. How come you didn't call me back? Man, if you're not going to call me back, I'm not going to call you back because you're obviously not interested. That's what we think sometimes. At least that's what I thought. And that's not the truth at all, because you don't know. People are so busy now. We have so many distractions. We'll talk about this a little bit later. So you don't know why somebody didn't call you back. They might have lost your number. So you want to make sure that we're teaching our teams that they have to follow up. And we'll be talking about a system that can help you to do that. And then probably the number one reason that people don't follow up, they forget. I know. I thought you probably thought it was going to be something really profound. It's not. We just forget. We just get so many things going on that we forget. I'll give you a great example. I was looking at hotels in Vegas last night, and then everywhere I went on the web, there were all these different things. Oh, this deal, that deal. So, moved on from looking for the hotel, looking for something different now, and I keep getting drawn back in. And so those are the distractions that happen every single day that cause us to forget to follow up. So why is follow-up crucial? It's about timing. This opportunity sounds best when it's mixed with the right timing in somebody's life. The first time I ever heard about network marketing, just the whole concept of network marketing, I was knee-deep in my business. I just didn't even have any time to listen to it. I just was not in a place where it even really interested me because I was working on my business. And if I had, spare time to earn money in my spare time, it would be to work on my own business. Had nothing to do with the opportunity, had nothing to do with the person, had nothing to do with the product, just was not even the right time. Now, when business slowed down and I became more open to, my goodness, it's very expensive to run a business when times are hard and sales aren't coming in. Now somebody brings an opportunity to me. I'm like, yeah, that sounds really good. You mean I can earn passive residual income? That's exciting to me. You might be talking to somebody and they're looking to get a raise at their job. 6 months later, you talk to them later and they've been laid off. You don't know. And now the opportunity sounds amazing. An opportunity, man, I've been praying for an opportunity. So it's really about timing in people's lives. And you hope that when you join, it's the right time for everybody that you know. But that's just not reality. And so we have to know that, part of the following up system is making sure that we're following up with people and it's the right time in their lives. Another thing is that it builds rapport and it shows that you care. So we're hearing just a little feedback. If you wouldn't mind muting out, that'd be so great. Appreciate that. It builds rapport and it shows that you care about people. If you call someone and you ask them for your business and then you never talk to them again, they're like, wow, that was kind of hurtful. We're friends and, I haven't talked to you in a really long time and you never called me back and all you do is just call me to talk about your business and then you move on with your life. And so that follow-up system actually builds that rapport and it shows that we care about people more than just getting the sale. I tell people, if nothing else, just Google vitamin D and learn about all the different deficiencies because that is going to help you in your life. And if that's all you do, then I would be okay with that too. And then you want to definitely follow up and say, hey, well, what did you learn after you Googled it? So you can see that's another intro into people's lives. People just aren't buying the products, they're buying you. This is something that we always have to think about. Following up shows our professionalism. It shows that we're treating this as a real business. This isn't just something that we're going to try out on for size and see how it works. This is something that we actually are building an income from because then other people are going to look at it as a real business versus just something we're dabbling our toe into. And so you have to always remember that whenever you're out there in the marketplace, whenever you're talking about the product, people are going to be looking at you. People are going to be judging you. They're going to be seeing how you can hold yourself and, how you articulate the products. Are you, exaggerating? Are you telling the truth? Are you giving them a good price? They're all looking at all of those things. So they're not just buying D-Power. They're buying Nikisha Bond's recommendation for D-Power and how much do I trust her and think that the things she's telling me are true when I don't have any proof myself because I've just learned about it. Another one, it builds trust. It shows that you do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. So if you say, hey, I'm going to call you back on Tuesday, the following up, calling back on Tuesday, that builds that trust. Okay, good. Well, I'm busy right now. Can you call me back next week? Okay, great. I got you. I'll call you back next week. It builds that trust between you two because now it allows your prospect or it allows your customer to say, I don't have to worry about this because Pastor Denise, she's got it taken care of. She's going to call me back next week. I know she's going to call me back, so I don't have to worry about it. Out of all the things in my life, I don't have to worry about Pastor Denise calling me back in 30 days to remind me that I need to order some more sprays for my house. So that's where you really want to make sure that you're building that trust. And like I said, it shows your professionalism. So now let's talk about when should you follow up. So the first follow-up is going to be after your first exposure or maybe a series of exposures, and that's within 24 to 48 hours. And an exposure is simply a TTP, a product sampling, a brochure, a video, a three-way call, some information that you've provided for your customer, your client, your prospect, whatever you want to call them. Once you've given them some information, you want to follow up within 24 to 48 hours to see if they have any questions, to give them more exposures. Because remember, we're here to expose, not impose. You don't want to bombard people with way too much information. They can't handle it. And a lot of times customers want to go, because we're in the age of the internet, they want to do their own research. So you tell them a little bit about the products, they go on there and they start looking for some more stuff on the internet. And I have to tell you something, guys. I got to tell you this. I got to be honest, because, we're family here, so it's Monday, and I got to be honest with you. I can tell right now a lot of you guys aren't following up. And the reason I say that is because I've had 3 calls this week of someone who told me that they talked to someone, they didn't know who they were, about these sprays, and they went to learn more, and they went on the internet to find out more, but they couldn't get in contact with the person who had told them about it. Maybe either at a health fair or something like that. And so, I can tell you something right now. People are going online. They're doing research. They're looking for sprays. And you guys are out there spreading the word. But you might not be doing that little last part, which is the following up. And I can tell, because if people are calling me, then I know that they've gone on the internet and they've done their research and they didn't know who to get back in contact with, but they were so anxious to get their sprays, they had to call somebody. Now, trust me, if somebody calls me and they tell me your name, I'm going to send them back to you. But if they can't find you, I can't send them back to you. So I'll be happy to send them back to you to make sure you give them your card or something, because they really don't know. The next one is 30 days after a retail sale. Here's a huge one. The retail component on these products is phenomenal. The price point is so reasonable that people are just flashing out their credit cards. So, if you guys don't know, I just want to put this little tidbit in there. Make sure you get a Square or a PayPal Here card or an Intuit card. These are little readers. They'll give them to you for free. They'll link them up directly with your bank account so that you can take cards when they go. You guys definitely need to make sure you have one of these when you're out there and you're selling your products, because a lot of people don't carry cash. They have their card with them. You don't want to miss out on any sales. So you can go to, I think it's called squareup.com. Gives you like a little card reader. You attach it to your smartphone, swipe the card. They can sign using their index finger. It's so easy. Anyway, so the point I was bringing that up for is because of the retail sales. When you're out there on the prowl, using your cards, swiping cards, selling things, make sure you follow up with people in 30 days. Because in 30 days, their product is going to be out, and they may not remember to call you back. Now, some people, they have phenomenal results after the first month, but some people just feel overall better. And it doesn't mean that if they don't call you back, they're not going to, they don't want any more product. Sometimes they just forget, because they've been taking it or they haven't been taking it or whatever. So you want to make sure that we're following up with people at least 30 days after a retail sale, and that we're suggesting that they get on an auto ship program. This is like one of those unknown secrets in network marketing. Not everybody's going to be interested in the business. They're just not. I'm just being honest with you guys. Like I said, it's 8 o'clock here, so that's all I can do. I can't put on the face for you. It's 8 o'clock. Too early for that. But, some people aren't going to be interested in the business, but that doesn't mean they don't want the product every single month. So did you know that you can have a customer sign up for $49, they can get on a $60 auto ship, get sprays delivered to their house every single month, and you still will have that count for your passive residual income and your car bonus. So this is something that we definitely have to make sure that we're doing a target for. If you have somebody who's ordered for you at least twice, get those people on an auto ship order. Thank them for their business, maybe send them a card every month, check in with them to see how their products are going. Maybe eventually they may want to join the business. Maybe they never will. Maybe they just want to get the products. Network marketing is known to have the best products in the industry. So, especially a lot of people who may not be interested in joining the opportunity definitely still want to use the products because they are so unique. They are so convenient. I'll get off my soapbox about that, but make sure that you're getting back to people with at least 30 days after a retail sale, and you're trying to get people onto that auto ship, because it's going to save them money and it's going to benefit you in the long time. And then the next follow-up of when we should follow up is your drip file. That's the people that you call back within 3 to 6 months. These are the people who are having delayed decision. These are the people who are usually going through something in their life, and they just don't even have time to hear you right now. they're probably working on their own stuff, working on their own dreams, and they just don't have time to engage with you. Ask, can I call you back in 30 days? Can I call you back in 60 days? Can I call you back in a couple months? Most likely they will say yes. And then if you call them back, you might find that they're in a different place. Maybe when you called them, they were just too busy to, have that conversation. But now they're more relaxed, they're more settled. Yes, I can have that conversation with you now. And so those are usually the 3 areas that we want to call back. We want to follow up within 24 to 48 hours of product information, 30 days after a retail sale, and then people who just need some more time, give them 3 to 6 months. So then the problem, you guys are probably asking, how do I do this? I've tried everything. There's lots of different systems out there. Outlook has a great task reminder system that you can use. And it'll bring up, if you use Outlook as your email, that is. If you don't, then it's probably not going to be that helpful. But if you do use Outlook as your email, they have a task reminder section that you can use. Probably one of the best follow-up systems that I've ever heard of was, if you've ever read My First Year in Network Marketing by the Yarnells, and basically they said you create a customer profile, and then you get like one of those accordion folders that has 1 to 31 days. If I talk to somebody today and they say, okay, call me back on the 10th, then I take their customer profile, I put them on the 10th, and then when the 10th comes, I grab all the people on the 10th, and then I call them back. And that's just an easy way to remember to call people back so that you don't have to, put all these task reminders on your phone. There's lots of there's lots of different things that you can do to remind. The bottom line is find a system that works for you. Find a system that's going to be something that you can invest in, that's going to make it easy for you to remember to call people back. And you might have to try a couple different systems to remember to call people back. I know someone who uses like 3 or 4 different systems in order to remember to call people back. So I hope that this has blessed somebody today. I guess the bottom line is you want to make sure that we treat this as a business. And part of the business is following up with people. Part of the business is not to let your leads go cold, but to really get out there and engage with your audience. If they're not interested in the sprays, maybe there's something else that you can do, because it doesn't, even if you don't sell them something, it doesn't mean that they're not going to be a beneficial lead to you later on for some other reason. And if nothing else, just to build that rapport, just to build that trust. And then later on, when they have that time to listen, to engage, they'll be much more open because they feel like they can trust you. And it just wasn't about a sale. It was actually about building a relationship. This is a relationship building business. This is not just a sales business. That's probably the reason why they say it's not a sales business. Of course, we're always selling. I know I'm getting off the point. Of course, we're always selling, but it really is about building relationships. That's what makes it fun. Okay, back to you, Pastor Denise and Pastor Dale.
That's true, Nikisha. It really is about building relationships, and that is what makes it fun. And I'm so glad that you spoke about follow-up, because follow-up is so very, very important to the growth of your business. And one thing, Nikisha, I want you to to let me know if I'm correct in saying this. We have to get past the stage of thinking that we're bothering people when we call them or reach out to them. It is not a thing of bothering them. If it is bothering them, then that's a good thing, because what you're doing, you're pushing them out of a comfort zone that they need to get out of. So bother people. You have to, because they need that push. And your bothering them is going to push them out of their comfort zone into an area that they've been waiting to get into. Nikisha, would you agree with that?
I would definitely agree with that. I think that we believe, our perception is that we're bothering them because maybe someone in the past has called us a little too much and we felt bothered by them. But when you do it in a very professional manner, it's really just I'll give you a really good example. One of the things that people ask me a lot is, I keep calling this person and they're not calling me back. And what I found is that yes, there are going to be a certain percentage of people who aren't going to call you back because maybe this is like the 20th opportunity that they've heard of. Yes, there is going to be that percentage of people. Well, here's a great tactic that I use to kind of overcome that, is I'll call people and I'll leave them a message and I'll tell them when I'm going to call them back again. And so I call you today and I say, hey, sorry I missed you. I guess the lines got crossed. I'm going to call you back on Thursday. And then on Thursday, I call them. And then, oh, okay, sorry, it's too bad I missed you. I'm going to call you on Monday. I'm going to call you, and I make it for like 48 or 72 hours later. And usually by the third time of me doing that, somebody will call me back because they know that I'm going to keep calling them back and giving them a new date and time until they call me back. What people are hoping for is that you're going to call a couple times, and then I don't even have to have that conversation with you because you're just not going to call me back anymore, so I don't even have to worry about it. So to answer your question, some people will be bothered, but that's okay. When we treat it professionally, that's what makes the key difference. When you're calling people and you're not, oh, is this not a good time for you? Great, I'll give you a call back on this date. Does that work for you? Yes, okay, call me back on that day. Now you're really engaging with people and finding out the time that works best for them so that when you do call them back, hopefully they will be available and they won't be bothered by it. But it's about your professionalism.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, go out there and bother people professionally.
Professionally, yes, I agree. Pastor Dillon, I have run into so many new business partners who said, someone told me about the business several months ago, but they never got back with me. And so another person came along and told me last week, now they're in the business. And we have run into people, I think, for the last few weeks with that same story. And I love the statistic that you gave, that 81% of sales are closed on the fifth call. Pastor Dell was one of those. He told me no, 5 times, but it was on that 5th time he decided to come and take a look at what was being offered, and look where he is now. Look where we can't get rid of him now. So let's bring him on. Pastor Dell. Pastor Dell, are you there? Unmute, Pastor Dell.
Yeah, I am there. I was on mute. Well, you're right. You're not going to get rid of me that easy. But, Nikisha is very good that you're talking about this follow-up because, as Pastor Denise said, we're starting to see people. I had at church yesterday, I had a guy come to me with a card, and it was like one of those 4x6 cards, and said, hey, this lady handed this out to me somewhere in the mall or someplace. And I looked at it and I said, it's a 10 card. It was one of our 10 cards with all of the information on the vitamin sprays. And I said, oh, okay, yeah, she must be. What's her name? He said, oh, I don't know her name. And he said, it was so interesting. He said, but I remember you saying something about vitamin sprays. And I said, yeah. And there was no information on the card. There was no number. There was nothing on the card. And so he was interested, but he couldn't follow if he wanted to, but he knew that I had been talking about some sprays or something like that, and so he was at church Sunday, and he said, "Is this the same company that you're talking about?" I said, "Yes, it's exactly the same company." So, if you're gonna hand out these cards, you better make sure that you put your information on there, because if somebody actually get interested in them, and then they can't find out how to get a hold of you, they're going to sign up with somebody else. So you guys, make sure that you're doing your follow-up, but you also, as you're doing your marketing, that you have ways for people to follow up with you as well. So great teaching, great coach again. Mondays is hot as always.
Nikisha also gave some very good advice on getting the swipe card for your phone, and that's going to be needed because as you begin to talk about these sprays, and I know many of you have already experienced that, you're talking about the sprays, and people want them. They want 5 or they want 10 right there, and they may not have the check, they may not have the cash, but they have the credit card. And you're like, and they say, well, can I pay for it by credit? And you don't have any way of taking the information, or you don't have any way of processing that. So that's another good thing you might want to put in your toolbox, the swipe card. And then Nikisha, you said they can go to squareup.com, I think that was the website, to look into getting one of those, right, Nikisha?
Yes, and I'll post some links on the Facebook pages so you guys can share those with your team. And the great thing about them is that they're free, and then they charge they don't charge a swipe, they charge a percentage of the sale. So you might want to factor that in if you do accept credit cards, if you don't want to pay that out of pocket. But it's free, and they link it with your bank account, any bank account, even a personal one.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to need that, because if you begin to talk about these sprays, people are going to want them, and they are going to want them now. So you're going to have no excuse not being able to deliver those sprays to a customer that wants them in hand right now. Coach Nikisha Bond, thank you so very much We are motivated. We got some good tools in our toolbox that we can put into action today. And we're going to do our follow-up. We're going to do your follow-up with people you have approached in regards to Team Effort Network and to see where they are. And if you're giving out those cards in the mall, put your contact information because, see, they're holding on to it. That means they were interested. They may not be able to say yes right there, but the fact that they still have that card weeks later, they are interested. So put your information on that. Pastor, that may have been one of mine. I think I may have actually one time give us some cards one day because I got to put my label on it. So, no. I'm going to check it out.
Well, all I can say is they're still in your team.
Let me do my follow-up. Okay, well, let's go to the UK with Anita Poole. Dr. Anita Poole with our quote for today. Dr. Poole, are you there? Dr. Anita Poole, are you there this morning? And if not, then let's go out to Atlanta, Georgia with 1 star. Kevin Vaughn, are you there this morning to us our quote for today?
Absolutely, Pastor. How you doing today, Pastor Dale, Pastor Denise, and Nikisha? How you guys doing? Woo-hoo! Wow. Incredible Monday, guys. Are y'all excited out there? Is everybody excited about their future out there? Woohoo! Wow, incredible. You know one thing, Pastor Denise, Pastor Dale, Nikisha, you know what I just did? I just followed up with myself, and I just signed up again. How about that? How you like that one? I love that one.
That's a good one.
I love it. I love it. Hey, real quick comments before I get to the quotes today. I want to give you guys an awesome theme for today and maybe the rest of the week, but definitely based on what Nikisha was telling us, the theme is to push forward. I know Pastor Dale loves that one. Push forward, ladies and gentlemen. That is your theme for today, and I'm going to take this one personally all week myself, is to push forward. But one thing I got today, Pastor Denise, Pastor Dale, from Nikisha, is to ask for the business. You guys do not be shy. Ask for the business. We were doing that all weekend. People that have seen your business, Pastor Denise, Pastor Dale, and you follow back up, you ask for the business. Guess what? You ask them, would you like the vitamin sprays or would you like to become a business partner? They got to say yes or yes to one of those, okay? So ask the right question, ladies and gentlemen, and you'll get the right answer. That's one of my themes as well I got from Nikisha today. Ask the right questions, ladies and gentlemen, and you'll get the right answer when you follow up based on what Nikisha was sharing with us today. So important, so important. And also, too, Pastor Denise, Pastor, they always like to share the websites because I know we always got new people on the line. Our wonderful corporate website is teameffortnetwork.biz. That's teameffortnetwork.biz for those wonderful people that are looking at our business for the first time. You can go to our corporate website, and then, of course, you follow right back up within 48 hours or less on that. Our other wonderful website for our TTPs all across the globe, specifically in the United States, is winwith10, T-E-N, winwith10.com/calendar. That's winwith10/calendar for all the new people, so you can have that one. Also, too, I recommend you look at it first and then share it out with everybody to get them involved and engaged in our TTPs around the country. Also, too, Pastor Denise, Pastor Dale, I'd love to share the video overview. Our video overview is winwith10. That's winwith10, T-E-N.com, winwith10.com. Winwith10.com is our video overview for those who are brand new in the business and you need a little additional help getting information to the folks that you're prospecting and looking at the business for the first time. So I just want to share those with you as well. Also, too, Pastor Denise, Pastor Dale, I got to give you a quick update. We had an awesome TTP at one of the health fairs in Atlanta. We took it by storm, ladies and gentlemen. We're already invited again to another one coming up, a big major one in April of next year. So I want to share with everybody, Pastor Denise, Pastor Dale, you guys get to every health fair possible and have your TTP at their event. And believe me, you are going to take off. You're going to be invited to we had like 10 people wanting to invite us to their events around the country. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to get more TTPs. You're going to get more customers. You're going to get more prospects. We had one lady who was in another company. She says, I need to join you. I said, yes, ma'am, you do. We're following up today with all those people. They worked at the airport, and they got some tremendous leads at the airport as well that needs our sprays. They were excited. So I want to encourage everybody, Pastor Denise, Pastor Dale, and Nikisha, to tap into those health and wellness fairs in your city and do your TTP at those locations. And believe me, you're going to have great success there. Well, whenever you're ready, Pastor Nikisha, I got some awesome quotes for you today. Let me know when you're ready.
Yes, sir. Let's hear what they are, Kevin.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, the first quote of the day is, there is a simple but powerful rule. Always give people more than they expect to get. Woo-hoo! I like that one, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what we're all doing today. Hey, our next quote is, give the world the best that you have. And we do that in 10. And the best will come back to you. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, your business is going to grow. Your sales are going to grow. Your team is going to grow. And believe me, you're going to max out that comp plan in 10 and continue to grow all across the globe. Hey, another awesome quote from Og Mandino. Most of us know of him as well. Deliver more than you are getting paid to do. The victory of success will be half won when you learn the secret putting out more than is expected in that you do. Make yourself so valuable, ladies and gentlemen, in your work that eventually you will become indispensable. I tell you guys, ladies and gentlemen, keep moving this 10 network. Keep moving this team network, ladies and gentlemen, because we are making it happen and we are changing the world. Hey, Pastor Denise, Pastor Dale, Nikisha, the last quote of the day. I hope you enjoy this. This is from H. Jackson Brown. He says, don't be afraid to go out on a limb. That's where the fruit is. Woo-hoo! I love it. Back to you.
I love that. Don't be afraid. Go out there on that limb and get that fruit, right? I like that, Kevin. Well, family, it's been a great day of Motivational Monday. You do have some wonderful tools that you can apply to your toolbox to go out there today and make a difference in your business. Pastor Dale, you want to come and give the number for the 10-minute opportunity call and touch a little bit on that before we close?
I will do it. Our 10-minute opportunity calls are at 12, 3, 6, and 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and that number is 605-475-4000, 605-475-4000. The code is 102-3872 pound. 102-3872 pound. Again, that's 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock Eastern Time is a 10-minute overview Monday through Friday. We also have a recorded playback call that's getting a lot of popularity. Over the weekend, we had over 45 people on the playback call, 24 hours a day. That number is 605-475-4099, 605-475-4099. Again, 102-3872 pound, and then pound again.
That's it. And remember, that is just not for you as reps to call and listen to and just enjoy hearing Pastor Dale or Derek or Paul, excitement and passion about the business. And not just for you, it's for you to invite your prospects or your guests. It's almost like a three-way call. The questions are being answered for them. It's an exciting 10-minute call. So get them on there. It's going to be at 12 o'clock today, right at 15 minutes after we close out. And to have your prospects listen to the excitement and the passion that's happening here on Team Up Network. Don't forget the Spanish call starts at 9:10 Pacific, 12:10 Eastern Standard Time, right here at the same number. And let's join Barry Ackles tonight. Don't you love Barry? I love him. He will be on the call tonight, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to talk about Team Effort Network, the business opportunity, and the wonderful praise that we have. It's been a great call. Thank you for being here with us today. Get back with the person that invited you. Get your business up and going. And I see you at the top. Be back tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And know this, family, you are loved and you are greatly appreciated. God bless you and have a blessed day on purpose. Mwah.